Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle something super practical, a skill that's absolutely essential for any English learner, how to walk into a restaurant and order a meal with total, complete confidence.
So let's be honest for a second. Does the idea of talking to a waiter in English make your heart beat just a little bit faster? You know that feeling, right? When you're rehearsing the conversation in your head, just hoping you understand everything they say? Trust me, you are not alone. That is a completely normal feeling.
But here's the good news. After this explainer, you are going to have all the tools and all the key phrases you need to handle it like an absolute pro. So, you ready? Let's dive in. All right, first things first, we're going to build what I call your restaurant survival kit. Think of these as the essential must-have tools that will be the foundation for everything else we talk about today. Okay, let's kick things off with some key vocabulary. First, you've got the menu. That's the list of all the food available. Before your main meal, you might want an appetizer, which is just a small dish to start. Then comes the star of the show, the main course. And of course, for the sweet finish, you have dessert. The person serving you is a waiter or a waitress. And finally, when you're ready to pay, you ask for the bill or the check. Now, this is a really good tip. In the United States, you'll almost always hear people say check. But in the UK and many other English-speaking places, they say bill. Both are 100% correct.
Now for some phrases that you'll use right away. To get started, a polite, "Can I have the menu please?" works every single time. Try saying that out loud. "Can I have the menu please?" Perfect. When you know what you want, you can say, "I would like to order," or to sound even more natural, use the contraction, "I'd like to order." And here's a fantastic tip. If you're not sure what to get, just ask, "What is today's special?" It's a great way to get a recommendation.
Okay, you've got your survival kit ready to go. So now, let's put it all into action. We're going to walk through a real restaurant conversation step by step to see how all these pieces fit together.
So, the moment you walk in, someone will greet you. They'll probably say something like, "Good evening, welcome to Sunny's Bistro. How many people?" Your response is really simple. "Good evening, just one." They might also ask, "A table for how many?" And you can just say the number like, "2 please," or "A table for 4 please." Easy, right?
All right, you're seated. The next thing that usually happens is the waiter comes over and asks about drinks. "Can I get you something to drink?" And here's a perfect, polite way to answer, "Yes, I'd like a glass of water and an iced tea, please." Using "I'd like" is so much more natural and polite than saying "I want." And here's a quick pronunciation tip for you. Make sure you clearly pronounce the D sound at the end of iced tea, so it doesn't sound like iced tea. And speaking of water, this brings up a classic pronunciation difference you will hear all the time. Let's look at the word water. In American English, that T in the middle often gets softened into a D sound. It sounds like this, water. Listen again, water. In British English, though, that T is much stronger, water. One more time, water. So you have water and water. The most important thing, both are perfectly correct. It's just a difference in accent. Okay, the waiter comes back. They'll ask, "Are you ready to order or do you need more time?" Now, if you're not ready, it's totally fine to say, "I need a few more minutes, please." There's no rush. But if you are ready, you can say, "I'm ready," and notice this smart move from the customer. They immediately ask, "What's today's special?" It's such a great way to get a good recommendation. So, the waiter answers, "Today we have grilled salmon with roasted vegetables." Now, the customer's response here is just perfect. Listen. "Sounds great. I'll have that. Could I also get a side of bread?" Let's break that down. "Sounds great" is a positive reaction. "I'll have that" is a super simple and common way to place your order. And then see how they politely ask for something extra? "Could I also get?" It's just a beautiful, smooth way to handle the conversation. To finish up, the waiter will confirm everything by asking, "Absolutely. Anything else?" And if you have everything you need, your reply is easy. "No, that's all for now. Thank you." And just like that, you've done it. You've successfully ordered your meal. Great job. Okay, so you've absolutely mastered the basics. But what if you have a special request, or you're a picky eater? Let's level up your ordering skills.
Modifying your order is way easier than you might think. Just use a simple 2-step formula. Step 1, state the dish you want. "Can I have the pasta?" Step 2, state your change, but without cheese. See how that works? Let's try another one. "I'd like the burger," Step 1, "with extra onions, please." Step 2. It's a clear, direct, and polite way to get exactly what you want.
Okay, you've finished your main course. The waiter comes back and asks that wonderful question, "Would you like dessert?" Now, if you're feeling tempted but the menu is long, here's your magic phrase. "Yes, what do you recommend?" This shows the waiter you trust their opinion, and it's honestly the best way to find out what the most delicious dessert is.
And when the meal is over and you're ready to go, all you need to do is get the waiter's attention and use one of those 2 simple phrases we learned earlier. Remember? In the US, it's the check, please. In the UK and other places, it's the bill, please. It's as simple as that.
All right, you've got the language down pat, but you know, a truly great restaurant experience is about more than just the words. It's also about understanding a little bit of the culture and, of course, practicing your new skills.
Okay, these 2 cultural tips are absolutely crucial. First, tipping in the USA. It's not really optional. It is expected. You should plan to leave a tip of about 15 to 20% of the total bill for good service. This is a really important part of the dining culture. Second, water. If you just ask for water, you might get an expensive bottle of mineral water. If you want the free water from the faucet, you have to ask specifically for tap water. That one little word, tap, can save you money.
So you've learned a lot, but practice is what really builds confidence. So here's your homework. Go back and read the dialogues from this lesson out loud to yourself. Even better, find a friend and role-play the situation. You can even record your voice on your phone to hear how you sound. And here's a fun one. Think of your favorite meal ever and write down a script of how you would order it, from start to finish, in English.
And with that, we've come to the end of our lesson. We've covered everything from the basics to some advanced tips, and you are now fully equipped.
And seriously, congratulations. You've learned the key vocabulary, the essential phrases, the natural flow of the conversation, and even some important cultural tips. You now have everything you need to walk into that restaurant and order with confidence. So I have to ask, do you feel more prepared? Did you find this helpful?
If you did, it would be amazing if you could give this explainer a like. It really helps other learners find it. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next lesson.
We'll see you in the next explanation. Until then, good luck with your practice. Now go out there and enjoy a delicious meal.